name is Charlie and I'm going to tell you about my class. Our class is filled with great people. Every person is A+. They are kind, respectful, and free to be themselves. Miss Neeby is the best teacher because she lets us learn in a way that suits us best. Our classwork is challenging, but in a really good way because it helps us be better. Our class also has Mrs. Morrow, who helps us with work, cares for us, and sometimes makes us brownies. Let's hear what everyone else has to say.
At school, I like division because it's a mix-up of multiplication.
At school, I like to do math because it can be fun and it can be challenging at times.
At school, I enjoy writing because you can use your imagination and it's fun. At school, I like writing stories because it helps grow your mind. At school, I like to do times tables because it's fun and I can learn new things.
I like fiction writing because you just let go of your imagination.
At school, I like to solve problems because I can learn new things. At school, I like writing because you can use your imagination.
What I like at school is division because it is a brain twister.
I like reading because I can imagine what the characters look like.
At school, I like to write stories because it helps me learn how to write.
What I like at school is writing because I enjoy expressing my thoughts and ideas.
What I like about school is long division because it's challenging for a year 3.
At school, I like playing soccer because I can play with my friends.
What I like about school is that I get to write stories and I get to use my imagination. At school, I like writing persuasive text because I like to convince people about what I think.
In mathematics, I like doing decimal points and multiplication because it's challenging. At school, I like fractions because it's interesting and challenging.
I like hanging out with my friends. At school, I enjoy writing because it makes me feel creative and I can imagine anything I want. At school, I really like playing with my friends and also because Miss Fun is there. I enjoy multiplication because it's fun and challenging.
This term at Torreira Public School, we are installing a new mural painting by a local Aboriginal artist, and that got us thinking. Indigenous Australians are Australians' first people and they have a lot to teach us. That's why for Education Week this term we decided to find out more.
We acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and pay respects to their elders past, present and future, for the memories, the traditions, the culture and home of Aboriginal people. We must always remember that under the concrete and asphalt, this land was, is and always will be traditional Aboriginal land.
Why is it important that we use the acknowledgement to country?
It's important to respect our elders and respect the people who were on this land before us.
How does an acknowledgement to country make you feel?
Makes me feel nice because my uncle's Aboriginal and he lives in this area and I just really love it.
Language is an important part of Indigenous culture, and this term we are finding out more about Indigenous languages spoken on the south coast of New South Wales. 120 of Australia's first languages are still being spoken, but since European settlement, over 100 have died out.
Amelia Turner from the Leartip Aboriginal Corporation says, "Our language is sacred. Words are given to us by the land, and those words are sacred. Words make things happen, make us alive. Words come not only from our land, also from our ancestors. Language is what we see in people. Language is what we know of people. Language is how people identify themselves. Being you is to know your language. It is rooted in your relationship from creation, your kinship at cycles from then and there onwards and onwards."
Aboriginal names are used throughout the Shoalhaven region to mark places of importance.
Coolangatta means splendid view. Culburra means sand. Myola is a place of crabs. Nara is the word for black cockatoo.
Canberra is a combination of two words. Canberra meaning fire and Warra meaning mountain.
The Dharawal language is used throughout the NSW South Coast region. We looked into the meaning behind some of those words.
Dain means woman, Nanyal equals feather, Yanada equals moon, Bangoran equals koala, Mulla equals men, and then Ganogan equals vegetable.
One way Indigenous Australians keep languages alive is to tell dreaming stories.
Aboriginal dreaming stories are important stories that Indigenous Australians keep alive by retelling. One of those dreaming stories is how Nara got its name. When Indigenous people came to the Shoalhaven area, they felt happy and safe.
They found a place to camp near the river and gathered wood for fires.
They hunted animals such as snakes, lizards, and fish.
There was lots of bush tucker, so no one needed to go hungry.
Around the river, they found many white cockatoos. The cockatoos became special to them. So when a nearby mountain seemed to catch on fire, the people asked a white cockatoo to fly over the mountain and find out what was happening. The cockatoo was away from a long time, and they began to worry. Then, one day, a black cockatoo with fiery red tail feathers flew into their camp. It was calling a message, Nara! Art is an important part of culture and heritage for Indigenous people. Aboriginal artists use specialised techniques and colours in their art. From ancient to modern, art is a way of keeping culture alive.
Aboriginal rock art is found in many places around Australia.
There is Aboriginal art found painted on rocks and in caves around Nara.
Ben's Walk is one of the local areas known for its Aboriginal rock art.
Bronwyn Bancroft is an artist you may have heard of, but even if you haven't heard of her, you will have seen some of her artworks.
Bronwyn Bancroft is a well-known illustrator that has added her colourful Indigenous art to children's storybooks for years.
In fact, we have enjoyed Big Rain coming in class.
The other day we went out to the lovely Indigenous garden to interview a lady called Kerry.
She is an Aboriginal artist who loves working with kids.
Kerry told us all about the artwork that was being installed in the Tarara Public School Indigenous Garden area.
The artwork is about a meeting place, a camping spot and a waterhole with a track linking the three.
There are also 6 groupings of 4 figures sitting around a campfire.
There are 2 men and 2 women at each fire.
There are kangaroo and emu tracks running through the artwork, and this is important because kangaroo and emu tracks always face forward.
Kerry said the students at Tarara would always move forward.
Thanks to Kerry, our outdoor Indigenous garden just got a lot more special. We hope you have loved learning about Indigenous culture as much as we have. Thank you for watching this special Tarara Public School news break.